Just to give you a little bit of context, ladies and gentlemen, when the Pulwama attack was carried out by Pakistani terrorists, now in the Pulwama attack, 250 kilograms of RDX, 250 kilograms of explosives were used. In this particular case, 2,900 kilograms, almost 3 tons of explosives were recovered from this doctor and his module that was operating from Faridabad, just outside the national capital region. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 tons of explosives that were found in the police raids. Let's show you the pictures. This was the arms and ammunition. Let's show you the hideout, because these were just arms and ammunition, just a little bit of what they had. But inside their hideout, where Shambhavi, our correspondent, was, 3 tons of explosives were found. 2,900 kilograms were recovered from their hideout in Faridabad in the national capital region. A strike that could have been 10 times more powerful than the Pulwama attack, ladies and gentlemen. And that is why this terror recovery just outside the national capital region, just outside Delhi, is extremely critical. And they were doctors, practicing professionals who are gathering explosives outside Delhi. Let me go across to Shambhavi. And before I go across to Shambhavi, let me also show you a map of where these operations are currently ongoing, ladies and gentlemen. Across India, it's not 1, 2, 3, several locations. In Faridabad, in the national capital region, a doctor at Al-Falah University arrested. His girlfriend / partner and others were involved in a terror module directly in coordination with Pakistan. In Ahmedabad, Gujarat, yesterday, you had another doctor who studied in China, returned from China, and was in Gujarat to recce as part of his operation. And he had recce'd several locations in Gujarat as well. He was caught with his aides in Banaskantha. That was Dr. Syed. And this is Saharanpur, Uttar Pradesh, where Friday, Saturday, there have been developments where an Al-Qaeda-linked terrorist was arrested. He was arrested for plotting an attack. He was directly in link with Al-Qaeda operatives. Now, as we speak, the links are all going back to Jammu and Kashmir and Pakistan. In Jammu and Kashmir, Pakistani proxies and those who are handlers for Pakistan, those who were coached by Pakistan, those who were in links with Pakistan. For example, Ghulam Nabi Fai, he's an ISI agent who lives in America, but with his associates in Kashmir, was trying to coordinate aspects of this entire terror plot. Now, those searches are also on in different parts of Jammu and Kashmir. I'm going across straight to our correspondents right now from across India. We're going across to Jammu and Kashmir, where Zeenat is joining me live along with Gursimran. Shambhavi is in Faridabad and Swarali is in Gujarat. So we have the entire length and breadth of this story covered in the next 20 minutes. Let's go across first up to Shambhavi, because that's where the arrest has happened today. In Faridabad, just outside the national capital region, Shambhavi, 3,000, that's 2,900 tons, kilograms, roughly 3 tons. We know what that can do. Now, were they planning the biggest ever strike? In terms of what they have recovered, can you tell us a little bit more about how significant this discovery is?
Definitely, the plan was worse than what we have seen ever. And even when Republic spoke to Giriraj Singh, he has also said that this was worse than the Mumbai blast. And the fact that the Bageshwar Dham Yatra was going on here, we can imagine if they would have been successful in carrying out this blast, the blast that they have planned with 360 kgs of explosives here, and just 4 kilometers away from here, 2,600 kgs of explosives that have been recovered, a total of 2,900, as you pointed out. That would have been way worse. And the other aspect, that surveillance videos of several locations in Delhi, as well as one of the locations in Ahmedabad, was also being sent over to cross-border handlers in Pakistan. as probably the prospective, the targets where they could have planned, whether they were planning the crowded places in Delhi, the crowded markets, or they were planning the surveillance team, what they were actually planning with so much, because the amount that has been recovered, 2,900, that is a lot of explosives, and that would have been more than enough to not just carry this out in one place, but in several places, and large scale blast. And also a series of raid, a series of intel has helped the Jammu and Kashmir police, and Faridabad crime branch has led both these teams here, because when it started with Adil, who was earlier arrested in Saharanpur 2-3 days ago in relation to a separate issue that was promoting Jaish-e-Mohammed in Srinagar through posters. That is what led us to this recovery, because that led us to another doctor, Dr. Ayub, and he pointed us towards these two places that he rented 3 months ago, saying that he'll use this room as a place to store his personal belongings. And now, until now, the name of the third doctor was not being disclosed, because the police was saying that would affect the investigation's direction. But now that third name of Dr. Shahid has come forward. She has been, she is the third accused, and she's been interrogated since morning, and she is the woman on whose name the car that has also been recovered by the Faridabad crime branch on the intel of Dr. Ayub. Both these doctors are related to Al-Falah University, just 3 kilometers away from here, and this is the latest three hotspots in the story.
Okay, stay with me. Let me go across to the next breaking aspect. You mentioned a woman doctor. Now, that woman doctor has become interesting. In all of these terror modules that have been discovered, that have been busted, they're all medical professionals, showing a new pattern by Pakistan, trying to employ, trap educated youth. And these are pictures of the different terror modules in different states that were busted. But the role of a female doctor is now in question. Zeenat and Gursimran joining us with those updates. Zeenat, to you first. Quickly, if you can take us through, we don't have the picture of this female doctor, but if you can tell us a little bit about who she is and how she is linked to this entire module in Faridabad.
The sources within the J&K police is that this is the lady who has been a friend with Dr. Muzammil, who was studying who was a part of this Al-Falah place, and where they were together, and the vehicle there from the ammunition and the arms have been recovered. The vehicle belongs to the lady. The lady hails from the Lucknow and presently being questioned by the joint interrogation team. So this is what we are picking from the sources within the J&K police, because police here is not only investigating the one angle of the plot, but rather the multiple angles are being thoroughly scanned and searched, and the police is trying to connect the dots about this plot or the tragedy that has been averted, because had there been any lapses, then it would have turned into a disaster. Now the question comes whether this ammonium nitrate, which was recovered from his place, were they planning to use this for making IDs in and around Delhi or other place, or they were planning to transport it to Jammu and Kashmir, because Jammu and Kashmir has a history of these kind of attacks, whether it was the Letpora attack, the Pulwama attack, where a car laden, the explosive laden vehicle rammed into the CRPF convoy, with the result more than 40 soldiers they lost their life, or they were planning something very major. Because see what happens post this Pahalgam attack, there have been multiple searches at different levels. The army had been doing the searches, the CIK, CID, NIA has been camping in the Kashmir Valley, because we have been seeing in the past also that the many terror modules were busted, and how the Srinagar police, because I have been continuously mentioning that this is the operation of the Srinagar police, because they were the one who started these investigations at the Thana level. Although such leads are usually come from the top, but here we need to appreciate the ground staff who were able to crack this case and get hand on the GMC Anantnag locker, where from the weapon was recovered, and that really alerted the entire force, and everybody started chipping in as far as to uncover the entire module.
Srinath, be with me because I'm getting in a breaking news. A first picture is now emerged. I'm going across straight to that. Please stay with me. I'm going full frame to that picture that is emerged of